Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are checking out of our Airbnb and heading quickly to stop to the morning market. Lisa woke up craving some more of those crab buns. She just couldn't resist that flavor of the king crab. Too delicious. Then we're gonna head to the 7-Eleven, get some snacks for hours-long train ride up to Sapporo. And then we'll see you there.
So we've packed up this morning, made our beds to pretend like we're those kind of people. But we're not those kind of people. But we're lying.
Wait, Becca might be, though. Do you make your bed in the morning?
That's a no, folks. We've gathered our stuff, and our host has so kindly offered to drive us to the station so we don't have to lug our suitcases all the 30 minutes to the station. Good morning, Becca. This time we're going to get snacks, and we're going to arrive at the train more than 2 minutes before it leaves. You think I'm joking, but no, we got on the Shinkansen 2 minutes before it pulled out of the station.
Yeah, we left our hotel when we were leaving Tokyo to come up here.
It was bad choices.
We had like 20 minutes and we were going to take the train. I was like, wait, the train takes 20 minutes. So we had to catch a taxi in order to come in time. And we were still almost late.
We made good choices. We're the type of people that show up on time. So check us out. We'll tell you if we make it to the train.
So we have to talk about what we did yesterday still.
Oh, yeah, I guess we do.
So the last thing we probably talked about was going to the red brick warehouses, which is just a shopping center. After that, we went over to the Goryo. How do you pronounce it? Let me look it up.
Goryokaku?
Is that what it's called?
We're the type of people that make sure we know where we went.
Oh, you were totally right. So after the red brick warehouses, we went over to the Goryokaku, which is a Western style fort. I think it was the first Western style fort in Japan, but it's just ruins for the most part. Now it's like a park for the most part. So we walked through there. Then we went up top of the Goryokaku Tower just to get some panoramic views of the fort. And also you can see a lot of the city and the island. So,
Becca, tell us your favorite part of the tower visit.
Stamps. Lots of stamps.
Care to elaborate?
Well, when you go to tourist attractions, normally they have little pamphlets with empty squares. And they have giant stamps with beautiful, cute cartoon characters of the places that you can collect in these lovely pamphlets.
Becca, who's the stamp master?
Honestly, it's Lisa, and she is the excellent stamp master. She makes the most beautiful stamps.
We found this out because there was a stamp station in at the top of Mount Hakodate also, and Becca went to go do it, and she was terrible. It was like half stamped, and then Lisa's are like amazing, so...
It's that perfection.
Now Lisa is required to do all of Becca's stamping because Becca wants to keep them for scrapbooks and stuff. All right, so we're just going to wait around here until our host is ready to take us to the train station, and we'll see you guys in Sapporo. Coming to you live from the superbed in our Airbnb in Sapporo, Japan, here's Chris, Lisa, and Becca with a news update. All right, so we're here in Sapporo.
And I bet you're wondering, what is a superbed?
Here's what it looks like.
That's a superbed.
So we're in our Airbnb here in Sapporo, in Hokkaido. It's actually pretty nice, but this bed is just 2 double beds put right next to each other. And there's 4 pillows, so technically 4 people can sleep here. But
they're very skinny.
But there's also an extra bed for Becca out in the main room. So it's a pretty nice apartment, and it's in a really busy looking area. As we were walking in after getting off the train, We saw a lot of restaurants and shopping areas and things like that. So it looks like there will be a lot of fun things to do.
7-Eleven, like, right at the front.
Should be a lot of fun while we're here in Sapporo. So we're here till Friday. Right now what we're going to do is we're just going to go out and explore for a little bit. I think what we're going to try to do is go up to the top of the Sapporo TV tower just a little bit before sunset, and then we'll probably get some dinner after that. So we'll see you guys at the tower. Good evening, everybody. So we're back here in the super bed here in our apartment in Sapporo. So as you could tell by Becca yawning, it's pretty late. This is definitely our latest night that we've been able to stay up for, so we're pretty tired. But today has been interesting. It's been fun, but man, do we have some stories. Lisa, take it away.
Well, I was just going to mention, if you can hear in the background, we're doing our first load of laundry in Japan because we are quite resourceful.
We don't really know if we're working the machine correctly, but here's to hoping we don't flood the place.
So, we also have had a little bit of a nemesis ever since our first trip in Japan.
So this is our third trip to Japan, and we have yet to figure out how buses work. So today, it's been pretty busy. After we checked into our apartment here, we decided to walk around town for a little bit. We did a little bit of shopping in a shopping street nearby, and then we headed over to the Sapporo TV tower. After we went up top of the tower to get some pictures and stuff, then Lisa was extremely hungry, and she wanted a lot of food.
So hungry.
And so one of the places that we saw was fun to visit was the Sapporo Beer Garden, which has unlimited barbecue beef and lamb. So we tried to go there, and to do that we had to take a bus. So we were like, okay, today's the day that we figure out how buses work. We were wrong.
Wait. I just hate buses.
We couldn't figure out where the stations were. We couldn't figure out what directions the buses were in. One of the stations was underground, and we didn't notice.
So we're standing. We were supposed to be standing, but just 25 feet too high.
So eventually we get to the restaurant. It takes us like 45 minutes. We did figure out the buses in the end.
Wait, you missed the whole part.
So, we're on the bus, and then Becca, tell them what happens.
We were on the bus and it was super crowded. So I wasn't sure when our stop was, but I hear Chris getting all ready behind me. So I get up and we're like, he had finagled with his backpack and put it on. We're making our way down. And
trying to get through people.
These poor Japanese.
They're like not moving. We're like trying to move.
I guess he like hit this poor old lady with his backpack.
The bus
Didn't
starts
even
pulling
say
away.
Chris
is like yelling like, no, stop bus.
Sumimasen, bus driver.
Whoa. I said sumimasen. I knew how to say excuse me in Japanese, so we got off the bus first try.
Second try.
No, it was.
We tried to get off the bus and then it started moving.
Oh, you're right. It did start moving.
Second
and then I like re-hit the button. I was like, sumimasen. And then we did get off, and then we get to the beer garden, and then
Chris also tripped over someone on the way.
yeah. Yeah, so that's right. So we were getting off the bus, and then eventually the bus driver realizes, and I'm like trying to full on sprint through people at this point, and I like trip over somebody, and I'm like almost fall at the bus driver, and it's like It was awkward all around. But we get to the beer garden, and then we go in the restaurant, and apparently you need reservations there in order to get in.
We needed reservations, but
They don't listen to me, guys. I tell them things and they just don't listen.
So the beer garden is full, and Lisa is still super hungry. So we just called a cab, headed back to that shopping mall because we saw a lot of restaurants in that area. And we found a place for kushiyaki, which is some fire grilled, or it was just some grilled meats and things like that. And then we walked over to a dessert shop after that, which was really, really tasty with some parfaits. And they had like Disney music in the background and princess decorations. It was really adorable, actually.
My parfait had a crown.
It was awesome. But it's pretty late now. We're going to go to sleep because we got an early day tomorrow as we do one of our first Airbnb experiences here in Sapporo. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. So it's about 9 in the morning on Tuesday, and today we are going to our very first Airbnb experience. While we were booking the apartments, we saw that there are various Airbnb experiences that you can do in the different cities that we're visiting. So we looked through, we found a couple that we thought sounded interesting. So while we're here in Sapporo, Becca found one that's called Make Your Own Indigo Discharged Cloth. We're gonna try making some indigo cloth, so we're on our way there now. It's at a Japanese couple's house in the suburbs of Sapporo, and we'll see how this cloth making goes. Oh my god, guys, that was the most adorable Airbnb experience we could have ever done. The Japanese couple that helped us make the cloth were so friendly. They gave us a little history lesson about the indigo cloth that we were making, and they helped us print on cute little patterns onto the cloth. So mine was a cat, Becca made an owl, and Lisa had some wisteria plants and butterflies, and they were totally adorable. And then while we were waiting for everything to dry, they took us into the dining room and they gave us some homemade mochi, some homemade plum jelly, and we also had some like a roasted green tea. It was really delicious. It was awesome. We're all finished up with those now, so we're heading back to the train station. We were recommended to go to Mount Moiwa, which is supposed to have a really pretty view of the city. We'll probably do that later tonight, and but until then, we're just going to explore the city and find some food. So we'll catch you guys a little bit later. Good afternoon, everybody. So, we spent most of the afternoon today shopping, especially Becca. She shopped a lot. And then afterwards, we were all really, really hungry. So we came to this restaurant here. It's called Ramen Shingen. And they specialize in spicy miso ramen, which is a Sapporo specialty.
And they have a pink toilet with pink toilet paper.
That's what it was like in the pancake restaurant.
No, but the toilet was pink.
But anyway, so the ramen was really delicious. We're going to head back to the apartment for just a minute to go drop off our bags from shopping. And then I think we're probably going to go head over to the ropeway to go up the mountain to get a view of the city. We'll see you guys on top of the mountain.